on this episode of Bot versus Con.
I love everything he's been doing with these.
Silverside. What I like about this alt mode is how the shield plugs in and covers that gap that all of them have. I think that is a really cool storage usage.
They are redeeming themselves with this Devastator. They're not all the way out the clear yet, so they bought.
On sale, I might pick up the Ratchet.
I will buy whenever I see it and keep my receipt. And I don't need to see it in this view. They kind of broke it down to where I really feel like this is not worth the $200. You can look at it and tell Grimlock-ish.
But this looks fantastic.
Where am I going to put this? I think they just did a great job on this.
This is Bot versus Con. Make sure to subscribe and consider becoming a member.
Welcome back, BVC fans. As always, I'm Bobby the Bot.
And I'm James the Con, and this is Bot vs. Con, where your voice is heard.
And we are back with another round of news, and I can't believe it's already February already. That's crazy. This year has gone by fast. Happy Black History Month. There's definitely some things that we've talked about over the years that we've been doing this channel, but let's say what's up to our official sponsor, The Chosen Prime, where you can find many of the figures that we're going to be talking about on pre-order, maybe in stock, maybe they're on their way to you. Hopefully you don't have to have a QC shirt like me, because a couple of items I've got this month, I know it's still early, a couple of figures I got this month have QC issues, so I just felt this was appropriate. Also want to say thank you to our members as well as our subscribers. Really enjoyed hanging out with you this weekend as we went over your hauls and our hauls. Lots of fun there. So, we're going to keep going down that train, and we're trying to hit 4,000 subscribers. So if you haven't subscribed yet, please go ahead and click that subscribe button. Doesn't cost you anything, but it really does help out the channel, and consider becoming a member as well. And with that, James, anything I missed?
I don't think so, but thank you for everybody to coming to our hauls. It was a lot of fun, and I think we're ready to get into some leaks, which they're old leaks, but we'll still talk about them.
I'm here for it.
I don't know if you're really going to be here for these, but we've got these guys. We have the Core Class Monstructor Generations Multi-Pack, Sentinel Artifact Pack, and the Transformers Devastation 3-Pack, which they already showed. So we got new product number for these. I'm not going to read them, but you can find them online if you want to search them. If you work at maybe a Target or something to try to find them, where these are going to be. I've seen people do that before.
I've done it.
The only one I'm curious about is the Sentinel Artifact Pack, because they keep saying all of the 13 Primes pieces are going to do something crazy. And that's the only thing I could think of that would be. It'll be interesting to see Monstructor, but I'm not going to pick it up. But I'm happy to everybody that would like that. And then the multi-pack, that could be anything.
It wasn't. What was before Legacy? Because didn't they say that the weapons were going to do something with that? Like I remember Blitzwing came with those look like.
Yes, they mentioned that once, but then they keep mentioning it, which they did a live stream, which we'll talk about later on. I don't know if it was live, but anyways, and they reiterated that again. So I do think something's going to happen.
I thought they did that back then as well. And
no, it was a leak, I believe, and then nothing happened with it. They also said there was going to be an Energon monster that they never made, which whether that was fake or not, who knows?
Okay. So I said I'm here for this, and I am. I'm here for all of this. I'm here to see who's going to collect it, who's not going to collect it, and why you are or why you're not. I'm not, but I'm curious to see what everybody's thoughts are. So I'm here for it. I'm here to listen.
Yeah, the multi-pack might be interesting because they always seem to have one or two figures that we want.
Yeah.
And it seems to always come out when Target's doing a 40% off, 25% off sale. So I'm down for that.
Yeah, no. Maybe I'll get to 10 Hasbro figures that way.
We'll see. With that being said, let's get into Just Announced after this. Let's get into Just Announced, and we're going to quickly go through a few of these. First, we've got some official Evergreen art. So this is the art that's like the Transformers brand in general. This is what they want you to think of when you see RC and Grimlock and Mirage and stuff. G1-ish designs. This is by Daniel Egan. And I don't know why they don't just make a show in this style. It really brings together a lot of different type of fans. I know they're not your G1 designs that you particularly want, but I think they look good. They look G1 enough. If they did a Skybound-esque show with these designs, I think people would be happy.
I'm here. I'm actually here for this and interested. So yeah, I like what they did with the art. It's updated. It's updated art, and I'm good with updated art. RC looks great. Grimlock looks menacing. I not my favorite. Mirage looks old in the face, which again I'm cool with. Depending on the storyline. Shockwave looks like Shockwave. He just, it's. I don't want to say it's easy to draw Shockwave, but he's not like a complicated if you can draw, he's not a complicated character to, do, I think.
They added some lighting effects. There's a little thing around the tube, in the center of it, which is kind of cool. So there's different stuff. And if you go look online, there's like Wheeljack's alt mode, there's Prime and Megatron. I just picked some of the more interesting ones. Very cool. I always wanted them to do a line more that looks like this. But then again, I guess with how Hasbro puts out stuff, it would just look like Generations. So, never mind.
I'm here for media on it. Give me some TV shows so I can have something to watch.
Speaking of these designs, they are doing an advent calendar. So, look forward to us talking about that later on in the year.
Yeah. It's cool.
Then we also saw Elita 1, this is the line with toys based off of that art, more or less, from what I've seen. And this actually looks pretty good. These things are Voyager size, so I think they're like 7 inches tall. And they're like $10. I've seen them at $5 Below for $5 before. So, honestly, this isn't bad.
When you said these are Voyager, I was like, you better not say price.
No.
No, they're fine. That's a perfect price for them. I'm cool with that. They 8 steps. That's enough. I think that's a good value.
I mean, let's be honest. Most of the mainline Transformers have 8 steps. They just count rotating the fist as 1 step, and putting it in as another, and turning the head 45 degrees as another step. So, I think this looks good, honestly, in both modes. The lower shins and the feet are a little concerning because they're kind of small. But I think this looks great for an Elita 1 figure.
Yeah, she crammed her feet into some 3-inch heels when she wears a 13.
Exactly. Next up, we have Cyber World. We have Power Spark Bumblebee. I guess it has an Energon Surge branding, so that's going to be like the next subline. I don't know what's going on with Bumblebee, but supposedly he's $55. And there was also a leak for Arachnid and Primal. So,
55?
Yes, that's $54.99 is what I was reading online. So,
US?
Yes. I mean, this better be like 14 inches tall to be worth that price. Or it better like talk back to you or something, like have one of those microphones in it or something.
Wow. Okay. I'm curious to see it in person. Wow. Okay. Whew. Man.
We'll see.
Yeah, I like the art. I like the artwork. That's kind of cool.
Yes, I kind of like that he looks like a mix between Goldbug and Movie B. It's kind of unique and different.
Yeah, I like the Energon Surge. I mean, kind of has, we influenced it. That's what it is.
Well, Be looking for you collecting the whole line then. You need to collect the whole line of these too. We have got Collector's Crafts Ion Storm. What do you think of this?
It looks good. When I first saw it, I thought it was Thundercracker. I'm not gonna lie, you know, and I was like, oh, wait a minute. And then I saw the name. I was like, oh yeah, this is the last one. It looks good. All of them look good. And Collector Crafts does a great job. Great prints. I have a few of his work in my collection, so I'm not picking these up. I thought about printing them myself, but even with that, I don't know where I would put them. And so I'm having to kind of pause on the actual 3D characters, and I'm working on 3D accessories and parts and stuff like that to enhance what I have.
Yeah, this looks great, but like you, I thought it was Thundercracker too. I'm sure if you look at them, there's differences between the two.
Right.
But at first glance,
red in there, I think.
What?
Doesn't Thundercracker have some red in him?
The G1 one does, but I don't know about the Tetrajet. I don't know off the top of my head. I would assume it would. This is the most boring of the three Rainmakers, in my opinion. Acid Storm and Sunstorm both have lore behind them, while he probably does too. It's just not as big. But it still looks good. It'd be cool to get the set. It's $185 or $175 for all three of them. So go pick them up, Bobby. I think since you're not printing them, you might as well buy it from them.
Yeah, I don't know where I would put it right now. There's a lot going on. There's a lot going on with printing.
Get fishing wire and just hang them from your ceiling.
I have thought about doing some stuff like that, but
I know you have. Next up, we have a display stand for Amalgamus Prime. Cool.
We knew this was
if you're doing
coming.
it.
Yeah, we knew it was coming. It's cool. Light effects. I like stuff like that. That's about all I have.
I like that the old Amalgamus Prime that's like the headmaster can fit into it. That's kind of neat too.
Yeah, I think it's like that with
all of them are like that. Yeah. I'm just saying it's neat.
Yeah.
This is all you though. I think he's getting ready to sell these. If you look behind them, there's like multiples, and I think you're gonna have a set of these. This is Alphac 3 or Alpha C3. 3D printed the Only Humans episode of Springer, Magnus, Hot Rod, and RC.
And you forgot about there's Cobra Commander back there too. His name is it?
Is that who that is?
Yeah, I think.
I don't know who that. I thought it was like an old detective guy or something. Okay.
It was the episode. Cobra Commander was in the episode. So, yeah, really cool. And he, I did talk to him, and he confirmed it is Alpha C3 because, his name has 3 C's in it. So again, this is Chris who made the signs for me. So yes, I am definitely looking forward to him, releasing some of these. He's mentioned that he's going to take care of some people who wanted these, and so hopefully I'm on that list. But I think he's done some amazing work here, and I love everything he's been doing with these. Yeah, it's and he talked about kind of some of the work that he's done behind the scenes to get these, and a lot of them he's still working on, but to kind of manipulate everything he's doing, there's a lot of work that goes in behind them. So very good.
Yeah, these look amazing still. So go pick them up, Bobby.
I want to.
Next, we have an upgrade set from 115 Utopia for Big Convoy. It gives him his weapons. They do look much better than the old ones, so pick them up if you want them.
The old ones meaning the original?
The ones that came with this. They're like, remember, they're very tiny. Okay, that's fine. Doesn't matter. They look better. Go pick them up if you want them.
Okay, there we go.
We have this really cool one for Quintus Prime, which turns into like a halo and like weapons, and he has a gun and wings. This one, very, very cool. If I had this figure, I would want this, because this is like less, but it's kind of like what Akai Studios did with really elevating the figure into this godlike status with the halo behind him and everything. It's really cool.
This made me think of the Owen Studio Primus with the Halo. I'm with you. The first picture with the all of it kind of going on, it looks really, really cool. It looks very, very cool. And her holding it as a weapon, I'm not too much of a fan, but with it behind and the whole ring thing, it looks really good.
Yeah, it really. I don't know why Soul Calibur has been coming up. It reminds me of, I think its name's Talia. Was that it?
Talia, yeah.
Ring, right?
Yeah.
That's who it reminds. Much smaller, but that was my first thought, was her. When I see a ring-bladed weapon, I usually think of her. But yeah, I think this is really cool. So
yeah,
I would pick it up if I was getting this figure.
I'm with you on that.
Then they got these things for Optimus Prime. I don't know nothing about this character, but it looks like they just turned him into some Terminator thing, which is cool.
I was thinking
what?
I was thinking RoboCop with the whatever it was called, but yeah, doing damage.
Cool. Yeah. Extra arms. And it makes him taller too with the thighs, which is neat.
The weapons look very good. Like the gold and the
gunmetal.
Gunmetal, that's the word I'm looking for. It's late. So yeah, I think it looks good. Very good set.
I do too. I would probably skip out on this, but I would pick up the one for Quintus. I think that one's much cooler.
Oh, I like the weapons. I don't like the character.
Well, I'm not saying that. I said if I was to pick up all the primes, I still would that, but I'd still pick up the one for Quintus.
If I was getting all the primes, I'd still skip this one.
Next up, we have Ratchet's Operating Studios hands to make Magnus have gun hands. I don't know what this is. If this is referencing something very cool, if you like it, go get it.
Yeah, I don't get it. Yeah, I'm with you on that. It's a thing.
Yeah. Next up, Metal CardBot is having some new products. So we don't have much to talk about, but we'll talk about some more later. But we'll see how this goes.
I'm very curious. So get your wallet ready, James.
There's one I might be picking up as soon as it comes out, which is we'll talk about later. But I think you might want this one, even though it has eyes. This looks really cool. It's the gold version of the blue cop is what they're calling it. This looks snazzy. Damn.
It reminds me of like Ricochet or Jackpot or whatever you want to call it.
Oh, I can see that. Yeah. It reminds me, you probably don't know. There was Transformers Go, which was a Japanese only line, and they had like 3 bots that combined. And the main bot of the good guys was, I don't think any of them are bad, but was a police car. And then they released a black and gold version of it. And that's what this reminds me of. And it looks great. I really like how he holds the pistol in his hand like an actual, blaster instead of just a peg that you plug in. I think that's kind of cool. The armored up version, not the biggest fan of that. With the random fists. But the core bot itself, I do like.
Yeah. I'll put it this way. Botcon might be a problem.
A lot of Hasbro money might be going to SAMG Entertainment.
Oh, facts. And loyal subject money.
Hey, you said it, not me. What about MakeToys money?
All right.
This is MakeToys and TF Sources. Where is the name? Silverside. Well, I'll go first since you can't.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think this one is one of the better ones. The head looks better. The face shape and stuff. The whole proportions of the head, just like, I'm just going to say Onslaught, whatever you want to call it, had a new head. I think this one has a new head. I do like Silverbolt and Onslaught coming out at the same time. That's kind of neat. It would have been cool and unique if they did a 2-pack, but then that would have been $320. So that wouldn't have been cool. But I do think this is kind of cool. I like all the color variation in this. That's more than we typically see. But the alt mode looks very plain. Also, the yellow is off. It looks almost green to me. Like, which is the same thing with... It's the same color green I think they used on Onslaught.
Okay.
Maybe I'm wrong. Let us know in the comments. Maybe they gang molded these together, which would make sense, but the character has a detriment. But the bot mode also doesn't look finished. The chest where the vents are looks so empty. The legs are just... There needs to be something on it. Just a little pizzazz. But, you know, I think it's better than the Onslaught, personally.
I don't know. So is something different, or is it just the picture in the alt mode with the air intake, or the whatever those things are called? It looks like they're folded in kind of weird, or something going on. I don't, on the left one in particular.
I see what you're saying. I don't know. I would have to I haven't played with the slipstream in like 2 years. So
it's yeah, I'm like looking at it. It looks like there's like a edit picture in there.
It could have been when I was taking out the background that it took off of this. That is very possible.
But I'm only saying that because I think the alt mode looks fine.
Fine is a good way. Can I just interrupt you? I'm sorry. I wish they just painted the back of the air intakes gray. The rest of it's fine in red, but the back of them to gray, so it's an all gray top. I think that would have been a lot better. Kind of look like Leader 1. Go on. Sorry.
No problem. Like I like the silver, or you know,
I think it's silver. The cockpit. Yeah,
the cockpit and the nose cone of it. So I like the colors that they did. Like, it does give me that Leader 1 vibe, but the red kills the Leader 1 vibe, which I'm cool with. It does make me think of Silverbolt, though. You know, now the part that I was struggling with is when I looked at the bot mode, that greenish yellow color or whatever. It almost pops out of nowhere, and it looks bad. It looks like it's supposed to glow in the dark.
I was actually just thinking that because we had that glow in the dark,
right?
Prime or whatever.
So that's what it looks like, and if it doesn't glow in the dark, which I don't necessarily know if I would want this to glow in the dark, I don't want it to look like it's supposed to glow in the dark. And then the chest piece, that red is so dull. It very
like Magic Square's yellow.
Yes, exactly. And so it makes it look like it's unfinished because it looks like it needs some paint. Like if they would have, stepped it up with some color, a painted color that had some, I don't know, some pizzazz to it, it would have lit this figure up a lot more. I think this is one of their better projects. So the head looks fine. I like the eyes look, there's some color in the eyes. I like that aspect of it. The head looks fine. I like, it's just, as you mentioned earlier, it just looks like it's not finished, which if they, do those things, like, which I don't think they will, but I'm hoping that it's the light or something for that yellowish. It looks like egg yolk, like a hard-boiled egg. It looks like the egg yolk.
Even that's more yellow. This looks, it looks like when a Simpsons character gets sick. You know what I mean? When maybe they don't turn like that, but it looks way too. It doesn't look. Now, if they would have done like a goldish color, I think that would have looked so nice. But again, with these Seekers, even when they do great, there's one thing off.
And this is a big one. Like I said, it just looks like, to me, it looks like egg yolk. It reminds me of like Easter, and you start, for those who eat the eggs and stuff like that, and you start getting that. Yeah, it's just, I don't like it. But it's definitely different. I mean, these last two have definitely been different. The weapon looks a little bit different.
I think it's the same null raise. He's just holding it in his hand.
That's what I was talking about. Like, it looks different with him holding it in his hand, and so they've made improvements that way. And again, trying to take on that look. So I wonder now if we're going to get a Minosaur version. And we didn't look at, unless you have it, we didn't look at the list to see if there was. I
didn't remember to put that up here.
Yeah.
They had like 2 Onslaughts and a Silverbolt, and that's it for the combiners. So unless they decide to get creative, which I don't think they are because of that list and everything, even the names are the same, we're not going to get a Minosaur. A Predaking one would look really cool. A Razor Claw, I guess.
That cone, with traffic cone or whatever his name is, that would be their Razor Claw.
Yeah, that'd be the closest one. It would also look really neat in I want to say Turtler because that's the Japanese name.
Oh,
Hardshell, right? Isn't that his name?
I thought it started with an S. I don't remember. Don't give me the lie.
Snaptrap? No, that is...
I know. I'm on a Mac now, and I'm still trying to figure out how to.
I'm like, now I gotta look because I know Snaptrap. It's Snaptrap. Yeah.
It's Snaptrap. Yeah.
I believe his name was Turtler in Japanese, if I'm not mistaken.
That sounds familiar for some reason as well.
Okay, whatever. That could also be the God Neptune version. But that would look kind of interesting in these colors too. So, I would encourage them to at least do something different if they're going to be doing this line. It would be really cool if they did a new mold for each one with a different weapon. So give him Silverbolt's gun, give the Onslaught his gun, give Razor Claw a sword. They're not going to do that, but that would be very cool.
I mean, when I talked to them at TFCon in Chicago, they did say that this year they were going to have some new stuff coming out, which they have delivered on that side of it. These last two have been very different, unexpected in terms of the character usage. Not the different I was hoping for, but it's different enough. Now, can we get something else in a different mode?
All right, well, let's keep it going. And we've got this guy, which is Tyrant Toys Heavenly Tyrant, which is a Legends-sized
thank you.
Star Saber. It's 10 inches tall, which you might say 10 inches, that's way too big for Legends. I guess the Victory people were huge. I guess Prime went up to his waist.
He was
the scale charts and stuff like that.
He was tall. I remember watching the cartoon, and I was just like, "Oh, he looks very tall."
Yeah.
This works. I don't know where I would put another one at, so I can skip on this, and I'm okay with it. It looks good though.
Yes. So we have a few slides just to see it in all modes. I would be interested in this, but I already have the Planet X one, and I'm good enough. I don't like Star Saber that much to get it again in a 10-inch scale. But I think this looks great. I like the posability. I like the Brainmaster. The jet looks really good. It does look better than the Planet X one, but this is 6-7 years later. What I like about this alt mode is how the shield plugs in and covers that gap that all of them have. I think that is a really cool storage usage.
I agree. I definitely agree on that. And, I recently picked up the HasLab even. So I'm happy to...
Wasn't that 4 years ago?
I meant, well, we haven't had... It's not like we have a lot of versions of this. So
I'm just saying, you said recently. That was before we started this channel.
Yeah, well... what was the other company? Planet X did one, and there was.
And then I don't remember the one that they did the black version that I got. It was hell to put them together.
That's exactly, and I was like, so having 4 Star Sabers, because not forgetting Takara's masterpiece version, I'm good, especially for a character that I really didn't know much about.
I do think it looks phenomenal.
This looks
really cool. I'm not gonna lie, if this was a little bit bigger, I might be interested. Just because I didn't, the one you got that you talked about that was hard to put together, I only got the black version. I did not get the normal one, and I wouldn't mind an updated version, but it's a little too small.
I only got the black one too. I wasn't gonna buy them, but yeah, I was.
Okay.
No, it was so hard to put together. I was just like, I'm not doing this to myself again.
Anyways, this looks great. Pick it up if this is your jam.
Yeah.
Next up, we have something for you. We got MakeToys 3D printed upgrade set for TFC Toys Piranacon. This just makes me want somebody to do a proper Piranacon, because this looks pretty cool.
This looks really good, and it makes me want to pick this set up. Not going to though. I think it's $355.
I didn't see a price. Yeah. Wow.
Oh yeah, I put the price in the link. Yeah, I think it's $355 or something like that for the kit. I'll say it this way: I'm so far passing on the Bruticus Liberation kit at 160 or 170 or whatever. I damn sure ain't doing it for this one. They do great work. You know, it looks amazing. I can't drop that on this kit. I think it probably makes it this. It gives it size so it scales with the other combiners as well. It does a lot of good things, and again, it looks amazing. But all their kits, you know, are like around the 300 price point, and I think that's more than what I paid for the set.
Yeah, no, I think this is really cool, but it makes me excited for somebody to come out with one. Looking at King Toys and Bingo Toys, I think they do a great job.
You know who else?
Dreamstar?
Craftsman Toys.
Oh, we'll be talking about them. I brought a Dreamstar because they also showed up Brawl.
Damn it, man. This looks so good. Yeah, they got me. Yeah.
I need to see more. I'm interested though. I do like the updated alt mode. It's a tank, but it reminds me of one of those cannon tanks where everything's shoved in the back and it shoots like mortars more than a cannon or a tank. So I kind of like that. I like the bot mode a lot. I like all the weapons and stuff. My problem is, what color is it going to be? Are they going to make a Bruticus that's all blue? You know, is it going to be weird looking? Is it, you know what I mean? So I want to see more. I know Devastator was more true to what we think of Devastator, while Superion was all silver. So I want to see what they do first, but I will say I am cautiously interested, because this looks great. And I also don't want them to be like, oh, Starscream's the 6th member, he makes up the pants, and Shockwave comes apart and becomes the arms. Like, I don't want that. So I know you have different Bruticus's, so you would just buy it because it's different, but I wouldn't want that for my Bruticus, but it does look good.
Damn, I like the idea of the combiner parts becoming Starscream. I really like the idea of that.
Starscream, yeah. A Starscream would be better than Shockwave, but you know, they might do a Magic Square and not give him a gun, and you have to buy their Shockwave.
Nah, man. Dreamstar is on the bubble. They can't. Their Superion was so bad. They are redeeming themselves with this Devastator. They're not all the way out the clear yet, so they still have to kind of show and prove. I like the idea of the combiner pieces with the Devastator becoming Megatron. If they did that and it became Starscream, I really like that idea. I'm with you on the colors. I hope that they hold. I'll put it two ways. It would be nice for them to hold true to the colors of Bruticus, what we know of Bruticus. if they did like they've done with their Superion and their Devastator, where it is 2 colors maybe for all the characters, I also might be interested in that, depending on the colors, simply because, as you mentioned, I do have a few Bruticus, so something different would be a welcome addition as well. It would suck if somebody only wants to have one Bruticus in their collection. I could see them not going for this one.
So you're going to pick this up no matter what. Don't even try to lie. I
This is
did with Devastator, where it's the normal colors, just a little different and metallic. That's what I want to see. So I'd want to see like a shiny green Brawl. Swindle would be like a goldish color, so on and so forth. I think that would look really cool. But we'll see. Time will tell.
Yeah, I'm interested.
So Great General Toys and Craftsman Toys, who you pointed out, showed off Swoop.
Bought.
I am confused because the wings look so similar to King Toys wings, but I'm very interested. I think this looks so cool. I like the head crest. I mean, and the size of these things, which we'll talk about later, if it's the same size as the Grimlock. Yeah, you're going to have another combiner, a Dinobot combiner in your collection, and I might too, with how these things are shaping up.
As disappointed as I am with King Toys Dinobots as a whole, this gives me hope for this one. And it looks different. It looks so different than what we have. It almost looks like the head and the headpiece. It looks like a very distant Swoop version of Swoop. Like it was, worshipped by Native Americans or the Incas or something like that. I mean, that's what I thought about when I saw the whatever that is.
So what you're telling me is you really liked the Rise of the Beast story, but with Swoop.
Hell no. I said the way this looks.
Yes, I actually really like this too. I love Swoop. I might be in a one and done again. I think this blows King Toys out of the water for a stylized version of Swoop. This is what I expected. This is more aligned with their Predaking, in my opinion, than their Dinobots are with their Predaking.
Yeah.
So if I would have seen this, I wouldn't have even bought the other one. Even though I do like that Swoop, I think it's pretty interesting how it transforms. This one is much better.
Yeah, I'm here for this, and yeah, this is, gosh, I don't need any more Dinobots, but this looks good.
All right, well, we're gonna go ahead and get into the updates. Let us know what you think of this Swoop down below, and we will be right back.
Yes.
Let's get into the updates, and like we already previously mentioned, Hasbro had a fan stream, which was new. They haven't had one in a long time, and they even mentioned that on it. So I watched it. Did you?
I did watch it on 2x speed.
Me too. I would have gone faster, but 2x speed, they talked the perfect amount for me to catch everything and not have to sit through them banter. So I got some stock photos and then some pictures of it there. If it was worth mentioning, I have pictures of it actually of the fan stream. So first, there wasn't much that they said about these that were different. They both look good. It is a very red deluxe wave. Like everybody's red except for Smokescreen, red and white. We already talked about these figures. There's not anything new. I really like the Ratchet. I think they did a great job with that. I like how he has the 4 different tools. Do I wish they were a different color than red? Yes. But I still think it's cool that he comes with them. He has his little arm electromagnetic things. I think that's what they were. Swerve looks good too. I don't like the big white tube on the alt mode. I don't think he had that in G1. Maybe I'm wrong.
I don't know.
But the bot mode is flawless for what he's supposed to be. Both of these figures look great. On sale, I might pick up the Ratchet.
I'm on sale. I might do it as well. I'm because of space. I'm trying to really cut out Hasbro altogether, just because my shelf is going to look crazy. It's just going to be like right now, nothing's set up on it. It's just going to be all of them crammed in there, and I don't want to do that. But they do. I do like the on sale. I would probably pick them up though, and have to deal with it later.
Next up, we got Power Glide and Cliff Jumper. Mark said he wants to do a zombie Cliff Jumper, which makes sense. And, you know, they gave Power Glide his face. I didn't quite understand what they were saying, where you spin his face around and you peg it in to show the alien, the goofy alien face, but it's a thing you can do.
Yeah.
Oh, so and what I thought was really cool is when they said, say it again?
So you just turn his head around and it pegs into the back.
Is that what it was? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you look at the top of the, like on top of the mask, it the underside of the jet.
You're right.
So, yeah.
Also, I think what's cool is that they painted on the rub symbol on the back.
I didn't even notice that. They
mentioned that in the live stream, but yeah. Again, 2 red figures, and I think they both look really good.
Yeah, I actually think this Power Glide looks pretty good. Actually, this is something that could again be bought on sale. The Cliff Jumper we got one in the 4-pack. I'm good.
Yeah, it's the same one they said, so we don't need it.
Yeah.
Power Glide, I will be interested if they do a Viper repaint.
Oh yeah, if they did those,
or Bad Boy,
interested in that.
Either of those would be bought. Yeah. Here's Smokescreen, and we can't say the type of door it is because of YouTube, but that's so cool that the door opens. When he showed that off, I was like, oh, you might have got me with this one. The alt mode looks great. You could kind of see where the hands don't fold out. They're separate weapons, and they plug into his butt, and they do not look so good. And then they could become exhaust ports to make him like supercharged, as they said. So I think this is the winner of this whole wave, and all of the figures in the wave are very good, actually. I think they did a good job with this deluxe wave. I just think this one stands out with the door opening, with the weapons, with how it doesn't have gaps everywhere. I might be in on this. Pre-orders are out. I haven't put a pre-order in for any of these, but this one might be one where if I see it in store, it'll just be, just throw it in the cart. This looks like it's more worth the money than most Hasbro figures. And look at all that paint and alt mode. That's more than we're used to seeing.
This is bought. Yeah. When we first saw this a month or so ago, I was excited about this one. It looks good. The colors look great on it. It looks good in both bot and alt mode. The doors look amazing. When they showed that, I was like, oh,
me
okay.
too. I was like, that's not what I was expecting. I'm sure it was a happy accident, but still.
it's due to transformation. But yeah, I'm here for it. So this is one that I will buy whenever I see it and keep my receipt and get the discount when it goes on sale.
I might do the same thing because this they look like they struck it out of the park. And next we have Nexus Prime. So they talked a lot about this. So it was originally going to be a leader, and then they wanted to do a whole combiner, and then they wanted to do a duocon, and eventually they just went with a Voyager. They did confirm limbs are coming, so it will be a full combiner eventually. The combined head, which we'll look at next, is the Covenant of Primus, based on the Covenant of Primus looks. It can connect to Silverbolt, who gives him the frame. I do like that the wings come off and become weapons. I was kind of like he doesn't have any weapons. I think that looks better. Now that I know it is a full combiner with the history behind it, I am more interested. That being said, I do not want to use Silverbolt as the frame. So I would hope that they would come out with the leader class, a 6th leader class figure that looks like Heatwave, which I know you know nothing about this. He was a missile truck. Do you remember the Energon combiners?
Yes.
The one that was like Bruticus.
Yes.
It was a missile truck. That was the repaint. That was Nexus Prime originally, the torso of him. So if they can do a leader class version of, or even commander class of Heatwave that could be the frame for this, I would be so interested in it. But since they said that you use the Silverbolt frame, I'm a little iffy. And that also sucks for all the Hasbro fans out there, because now you have to buy a second Silverbolt if you want it to be 2 combiners. You know what I mean? So I don't know what they're doing with that. So we'll see. I know you probably hate this and you never want to see it in your life, but I'm interested. And the combined mode head does look really good. I just don't like it on this frame. The colors don't match. They did say in 2027 we'll get the limbs. I think they're just going to be redecos of probably what you see here, which is fine. I think some of these figures look good. So I might pick this up and put it away and see what it is like. And then if it looks like a good combiner, finish it. If it doesn't, it'll just stay in its box.
Yeah, all that stuff you said, I'm so good. I'm skipping on this like I was skipping down the street. I'm not interested. I don't have a connection with the character at all. I don't like what it looks like. And yeah, pick it up if you want it.
Yeah.
James, let me know how it is when you get it.
Well, if I get it, I probably won't open it.
I'm not
that way I can sell it if it doesn't go well. Also, I'm not like you. I don't care about making a profit. Here's $25. Take it off my hands.
I'm not trying to hold on to.
I don't want to regret not picking it up, and then the combiner looking cool, and me. I don't have a connection with it, but with that history behind it, I would want it. So
history was never my subject in school, so
no, it definitely wasn't. And there's rumors that this is just going to be remolded into Scattershot for Computron, which I could totally see. That makes sense why he's not a missile truck. This makes 100% sense. I think this is what you're going to get. I think you're going to be buying a version of this mold.
Hell no.
If they come out with a Computron that looks like that Bruticus, you would be picking it up.
Nope, not going to do it.
All right,
I haven't liked any of their combiners. And they got me with the Minosaur, and I was out on the aerial bots. The Bruticus looked like it was going to be a good one, and then they crapped on Swindle. I'm not gonna. Nope, not gonna happen. And if they're gonna use this, I don't like the way this looks. I don't care if you slap some new paint on it or whatever. I'm so good. I will be actually happy that I'll have other versions. Yeah, I won't get this either because like the Craftsman toys was so good.
Bingo toys?
No, Craftsman. The
Legends. Yeah, it's the same size, huh?
So that was so good and more appealing to what I want my Computron to look like. I don't want my Computron to look like. I don't want any of my combiners to look like these combiners, unfortunately.
Well, I still think you're going to go ahead and pick it up. Next up, we have Liege Maximo, who I guess he's an alien warship, they said, which we kind of figured it out. What's cool is he could sit on 86 Starscream's throne, and you take that stupid horns off of his back and you put it on the top, which was kind of cool. But, he has a flip-out arm cannon, which I guess he had in the comic. I don't remember that. The darts are removable, and I guess there's one more Prime to be revealed. I thought they did all 13 last we counted in the last show. So maybe that's going to be what all the different pieces attach to. This hand is giving me 1980s vibes. I do not like it at all that he has out. Something's wrong about it. I do like the blaster hand. I still wish he had his horns. With it being behind his head, just kind of ruins the look for me. But it does look much better in hand with all the paint and stuff than the render did.
I agree with you. I thought this looked much better than what we talked about, and seeing the colors and everything come together changed my initial thought process on it. No. I'm still not picking it up. It does look better than what we said. I'm not picking it up, but I was pleasantly surprised at how much better it looked than what when we initially saw it. So these in-hand images make it look much better.
Yeah, very true. Pick it up if you want it.
Yeah. Do you have the alt? Oh, you didn't have the alt mode.
No, because we already talked. The alt mode was the same. There's nothing different.
I was gonna say the alt mode actually looked better to me.
Oh, the alt mode did look better. It actually looked more like an avocado. The paint really made it shine. So
yeah, it looked more like an avocado than what I initially thought it looked like. So yeah.
Next up, we have the movie masterpiece next Sideswipe, and the designer Takahiko Shirai had an interview that you could go ahead and read. Honestly, I did not read it, but the paint on that red one looks great. I'm gonna keep it positive.
Yeah, I'm with you. The alt modes look really, really good. That's all I got.
Yeah. They have a transformation for Missing Link Grimlock via Hobby Watch. It transforms like you expect it to.
I was gonna say, is there something I'm missing?
I watched it. It wasn't mind blowing, but it was cool.
Yeah, just the articulation. That's pretty much the difference.
Mm-hmm.
And the head, I guess the way
$150 difference.
I saw 120.
Maybe it was 120. I don't remember the price.
I've seen both. I've seen one 150 and 120. So 120 is more in line. No, it's still not. I would have done like, well, I guess. I was thinking like maybe 90 or something like that.
With how small this figure is, that makes more sense to me, honestly.
Yeah,
I think that's actually the price in Japan, if I'm not mistaken.
The 90.
90.
Oh, yeah. That's I need that in my life. The 150 was definitely 150, 160, whatever it is. That was definitely out. This is the nostalgia pull here and the popularity pull here for the cost of this more so than anything else, because it was already a very good figure. It wasn't, in my opinion, it wasn't as hard to do articulation for this one as some of the others.
Completely agree. It had arms and legs that were still separate from everything else. Yeah. But it still looks good. Pick it up if you want it.
I want it.
Go pick it up. Next up, we have the Hound. I don't remember this mold now. I only have the Siege mold having a hole through the back. It also has no seats.
I don't need to see it in this view.
The other mode looks fine, except the other view, but like, they should have just added some seats that flip up. That would have really made the figure look better. Or painted that whole green black or something. So.
Wow. Yeah. Let me just go ahead and block out this side of it. I want to give a shout out to Sinistar Alpha for grabbing this for me on sale. So.
You know what? It might have had the hole because remember the original Siege Hound had that piece that went back and clicked into the back. So it might have been covering that up and they just took that out. We don't look at our figures from the back, but goodness gracious, that is not waffling, that's a cheese grater.
I was thinking it's a family slotted toaster in the back.
I see that too. Yeah, so it's very gappy from the back, from the the forearms. The gun is atrocious.
That's bad.
Right? Like the back, okay, whatever. You don't see that, but that gun.
I wonder if I can make some filler pieces for that.
You hopefully somebody comes out with that. But the figure's fine if you really want this. Go get it if you want it. I like my Siege version. I'll be keeping that one even if it's not G1 accurate.
Yeah, I on sale. This is where the price point needs to be.
Mm-hmm. Next up, we have MPG 17 Prime. Boy, this thing looks great. This looks really cool. I love all the posability. I like that he looks like he's coming at you with that axe. The arm flaps in that picture don't seem as big as they did in other pictures.
They do not.
And then the other pictures are hiding it. I just can't get behind the $200 price point. I want this. This is like the perfect version of a G1 Prime for me personally with what I like. But God, the price is expensive.
If a KO came out and added the flip-in panels, I would laugh so hard as I picked this up. I think it looks great as well. I was watching a review on this, and they were talking about they were comparing it about why they call it a masterpiece and why it's not a masterpiece figure, and it was a very interesting video. It wasn't necessarily talking bad about it. It wasn't necessarily talking great about it. It was just like a objective opinion about the stuff, like comparing it to other masterpiece primes and what you got and what it did and the simplicity of the transformation on this versus some of the masterpiece ones, the price point of this versus some of the others. They kind of broke it down to where I really feel like this is not worth the $200. I would be happy with this at like 125 or something like that. I understand it's not going to be that low just because of the name on it, but yeah, that would have been more so 150 maybe. That would have got me. And this is with those flaps that I don't like. Even. Yeah.
The more we see of this, I think that price would have gotten me too. 150. I think I might have been in on this. I think it looks really, really nice. I don't know about how it feels. I like the simple transformations because it's effective. You don't need to have 6 million steps and then still have a horrible backpack like that MP44 Prime does, you know?
Yep. And that's what they said. They said that this one actually has a fun factor.
Yes, exactly. And you know me, I like that type of stuff. This is the figure I would go sit on the couch and mess with. But that price of $200 is just very prohibitive. But like you said, maybe a KO will come out. Maybe they'll come out with a Nemesis color, and I'll pick that up because it's a Nemesis Prime. They might not. They probably will. Who knows? They might do Computron, and then they will have probably both of our money because that's different.
$200 price point?
I would buy it, yeah.
Oh, hell no.
You would probably buy it. You say no, but you don't have a Prime in that colors and masterpiece size.
I wouldn't.
Yeah, you would. Yeah, you would. They could make one for $250 in a weird color, and you would buy it.
No, not with the arm flaps. But I go ahead.
The arm flaps, honestly, if I was to get a KO, I'd probably cut them off. I'm not even joking. Get an X-Acto blade and just slowly cut them off until they snap off. They don't do anything in alt mode, so I just cut them off.
And I'm not trying to put blast effects on my figure, so yeah.
These don't. What are you talking about?
Well, it has that hole in there. I was assuming that it was like for blast effects or something.
No, you put the guns in it.
Well, yeah, exactly. That's yeah, equally as bad.
Yep. Well, you'll pick this up in some repaints, but let's have those repaints come out with KOs. Next up, we have Retro Outback. Not much to say. It looks fine.
Looks fine. I'll pick it up. Hopefully, I can find it for $15.
$15, this would be bought. Yeah. Devastation B, $15. I would probably pick this up too. I think it looks nice. I'm not spending almost $30 on it.
Not spending $30 on it. It looks very good though.
Yeah.
And I never played the game.
Yeah, I didn't play the game either. I just don't like how the guns are also very hollow.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah. But, yeah, still looks good.
Sorry.
There's the alt mode.
Not my favorite, but...
Not my least favorite either.
I like the bot mode better. But.
Yeah. Now, we don't have to talk too much about this, but you wanted to put this in there. I guess Mask was nominated for Product Launch of the Year. I think this is Shattered Glass Universe because this was one of the worst launches I've seen. And they chose the worst figure with the most QC issues.
I left my glasses upstairs. I would almost pause the show to go get my glasses. Let's just say that to me, not only is this a terrible thing, I also think this looks bad from this looks bad from Hasbro. It also looks good for Hasbro. I'm just explain. It looks bad from a fan perspective to me that Hasbro is giving light to this debauchery that's gone on with the loyal subjects and everything that they've done with this mask line. It makes sense for Hasbro because they need to probably promote this to, you know, I'm sure they're getting whatever cut of sales or whatever.
I want to pause you for really quick. This is not a Hasbro thing. Pulse of Play is from another company. It's not Hasbro.
Oh, okay. I saw Hasbro on the picture, and I saw
because they're saying this is licensed through Hasbro. I just looked it up because I've never heard of this.
Okay. Then I take back what I said about Hasbro. Hasbro, stay out of this. Stay
it's
far away.
The toy book.
I'm curious to see what else was in this toy book then, because Jazzwares, BLDR, Mattel's Barbie Fashionista Dolls, MGA Entertainment Bratz, and Mean Girls. Ooh, those sound fun. Moose Toys, Gui Gui, Playmate Toys, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Reignition, Relatable, Cows in Space. That sounds fun too. Tomy, Doteki, Thai Inc. Beanie Bouncers, Victory Sports, Ollie Ball Full Force Indoor Sports, Wigglets by ZB Designs, Wigglets, Zoru Mini Brands, Fill the Fridge. I see why this was in that line, and I'm no offense because those could be some very popular brands. I'm also going to say this: it makes sense now. They did have a huge fan base of people diving in for these. Hell, you know, I'm guilty of that. I'm part of the community that supported the launch of this and invested almost $1,000 in their products. So I can see product launch of the year. I can definitely see that. You know, there was 40 years of built up excitement for this. I can get that. I'm with it. I can say, let me keep my glasses upstairs. Yes, this makes sense. This makes sense.
But should it even be in 2024 or 2025 when half of the people that ordered from loyal subjects don't even have their things yet?
They didn't say delivery. They didn't say delivery of the year.
All right, let's keep it going. We got a Kai Studios upgrade set for Age of the Prime, Soulless Prime. I don't know what's different, but it looks neat.
It does. I really want to see this in color.
Yeah, I want to see it finished.
Yeah.
Let's get into this guy who's probably bought now from you. This is Craftsman Toys Tyrannosaurus Warrior.
It will be bought. I still think he looks like he's choking on a Lego, and I don't love it. It looks okay. Like I don't need. And we were talking to some people in a chat about stylized Grimlock. I don't want a stylized Grimlock to go with my stylized or my even my normal Computron. I don't see the two pairing up. I think watching the cartoon when Grimlock built Computron, he wasn't stylized, you know, so I'm okay. I'm okay with him being a regular Grimlock. Now,
well, I
we
think
want to call this.
I think that argument is just to have a whole stylized shelf.
I mean, that's one thing, but I like again in the group question. I don't think it was to have a stylized shelf. I just think it was to have a Grimlock that goes with Computron. But I could be wrong. But yeah, if they're gonna do all stylized figures, then great, keep it going. If they don't, then I'm gonna be like, I don't really need a stylized Grimlock. But I'm interested to see what else they do.
Well, you're picking it up because you're getting that swoop.
But like the swoop, while it looks style, and we didn't see the alt mode of it. It does.
Now you're taking it back.
No, I'm getting that swoop. That swoop looks dope. That swoop looks dope. But it like even it being stylized, it doesn't look overly stylized. Like this.
I have to agree with you. I don't agree with you that you're even on the fence with this because you're getting the swoop. You're getting the whole set because that's huge.
Oh yeah. I'm getting the whole set. I'm not happy about it.
This one, I like a lot less than swoop. I feel like swoop, they reined it in, and this one's just kind of crazy. I need to see it in color. Right. There's just too much going on. I do like the head shape on Grimlock. I kind of like the blaster in the mouth. I know you don't, but you know.
I like it. It just looks like a Lego.
Yeah, I get it. It's just like, what does the head have to do but crunch stuff and shoot fire beams out of nothing? That's all the head would do for a Grimlock. So I think that's cool. The guns on the back are a little weird, but there's just so much going on. I need to see some color, or not shiny. Make it like a flat gray so I could see some stuff going on. The bot mode's fine. It's not my favorite. I think the swoop did a much better. Again, that one's just a drawing. Who knows, or if it's gonna look like that. That one did a much better translation of what I would want to see. While this is Grimlock, it could also not be Grimlock. It's like the Dreamstar figures. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I wish it was a little bit more. Now, this in hand image looks much better.
It does.
Something about it with the proportions, I don't know. This looks cool.
And now I want to see what the in-hand alt mode looks like.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because like you said, you can look at it and tell Grimlock-ish. But if somebody was just like, oh, that's, you know, you'd be like, oh, okay, I see that. It reminds me of Grimlock, you know, instead of looking at it and saying, oh, that's Grimlock. The alt mode, of course, you kind of know, but it doesn't look as busy in this picture as it does in some of the others. And so, yeah, I like the swoop because it's, even though it's stylized, it's not overly done. This one in the initial pictures, it looked like it was overly done.
Yeah. And maybe when the colors, just like the swoop, when the colors are on this, we'll be like, oh, yep, that's Grimlock. That looks great. So we'll have to wait and see. There's a pose that it can do, so it is posable. And I really like this combiner head. I think that is really neat. I know you don't know nothing about the Beast. Before Volcanicus, the Dinobots formed the Beast, and it was this big, like, because they're not supposed to combine. And they did that in the comics, where when they combined, it was like a monster. And I do like that. I think that's pretty cool. I think it's weird that the guns become a chest piece still. I'm like, why are you making them guns in the alt mode? Why don't you make them something different? You know what I mean? But I think this looks cool, and it's going to be a 6-part combiner or have a frame, obviously, because he's torso. So I'm interested. I want to see more.
Yeah. I'm not saying I'm not interested. I'm just, you know, I'm not in love with it. I'm very interested in the set overall, but I think I'm also more interested because of my disappointment with the MakeToys version.
That makes sense. And to me, personally, I know you, it doesn't matter, you're going to buy it. Price is a big factor. This is a big, big figure, and I want to see price. And, you know, I'm hoping for like 100 and 120. That would be
yes. Yes.
Like a lot of the combiners have been recently.
Yes, I'm in for that. Yes, you know, and most of the time, I am saying I'm in, assuming that the price is going to be kind of what other combiners
reasonable.
Yeah, you know, they're like $300. I'm like, yeah.
Think you can put that back on the shelf. Thank you, though.
Yeah. Let me cancel that pre-order, please. Thank you.
Here's another guy you need to get. Lasercat Toys, Steelhead Alliance off-road car. Look at him. He needs to go with your Optimus.
Not gonna happen. It's cute, but not gonna happen. I don't like that alt mode at all.
It's like a Mickey Mouse car, which part of me likes, but give it a different head. Give it a Mickey head and paint it in red and black, and I might be interested. This might be bought, though. I watched the review for it, and it looks really cool. I need to see the price, though. I did look up prices on these things, and they're like $70 to $100 on eBay, and I don't know if I'm going to be willing to spend that much on it. But it does look really cool.
How much would you spend on it?
It would really depend. It would depend on my mood and how much it was. Too many factors there for me to say. Because I do really like this, and I'm probably the only one that sees it, maybe because of Cheetah from DC. I see a Decepticon girl, so I would slap a Decepticon symbol on her and be good with it. But
65?
Oh yeah, 65 would be easy to do. Yeah,
okay.
That would be a good price, honestly.
I can see that. Yeah, it looks good. I like the idea of Cheetah. I was gonna say Cheetah or Cheetah from DC Comics. Yeah, I know who she is. I like that. I like that idea. I think it's a good looking figure.
Yeah. This one's kind of cool too. Bloodwing. Again, I need to see a price. I don't know. Agabus is bringing these in. Are they bringing them in and they're not the same as the Korean versions? Because I know there's several lines that when they come over to the US, they cheapen them. They change the factories. They don't have as much posability, not as much paint and stuff. Is that what they're doing? Or are these straight just, you're getting the same product that's coming from over there? I don't know. I would want to know that before, but I would not spend 65 on this one.
Really?
Yeah. I don't like the alt mode.
You don't like the alt? I was gonna say you don't.
I mean, it's cute. It's cute. He's a blood bank going around and giving out blood to people who need it. That's cute. It's not my favorite.
I thought you would like this one more than the previous one, actually.
How many Decepticon fembots do I have?
A lot.
That's my one, and I haven't bought one in a while because not a lot of them have been coming out. So I'm figuring out ways to slap a Decepticon symbol.
But
almost
this
did something really bad.
This is
on a female.
This is this is a Decepticon waiting, and you love,
I do like it.
Stuff like that.
It reminds me of Castlevania. I do like it.
Yeah, this
if
one.
If you turned into a hearse or something.
I'm very interested in this one more than the previous one, and yeah, I'm curious to see what this looks like in person, and hopefully we can see it at BotCon, and I would grab this one.
Yeah, I need it to be cheaper. And then this one, we were both wrong with the alt modes. He's like Ultra Magnus, but he still looks good. This is the type of one I would skip. To me, there's nothing special about it, for a lack of a better term. The Cheetah looks cool. Bloodwing has that Dracula vibe. The Hornet guy looked interesting. This looks cool, but it does just look like a Transformer.
I like this one too.
Just go on eBay and buy all the first 3 waves so you can just be ready when these come out.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen. When we go to BotCon, then I may do some damage. I'll just say that. And
I guess the heads we were seeing, he could turn into 3 different modes: elephant and zebra, and I don't know what the last one is. I can't tell. I don't like this mode at all. I would just put this back in the box. Leave it as the normal mode.
This is terrible. Yeah, not a fan at all. Can you go back one?
I don't know why they turned this cool looking figure to this.
Yeah, I'm not. I
feel like you make them shorter and stuff. I don't know. I don't like this.
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, we'll just delete these. modes out though. Yeah.
I find with metal CardBot, unless it's like a cool weapon, I don't like the card parts. I like the main figure.
Oh yeah.
I've been finding that with a lot of these. Lastly, we have this beast. We have Great General Toys or Craftsman Toys. I don't know which one is which, and we got their Ultra Magnus. Depending on price, this may be bought. This looks so neat, and it would fit right in with Bingo Toys and all those King toys and all of those. Yeah, this is really cool.
Yeah, this is really cool. Everything you said, I'm getting this. Yes. Gosh, where am I going to put this at? Oh man, that looks so good.
And what kills me is Grimlock is the same size as him. Now I know there's different sizes of Grimlock and Ultra Magnus and stuff, but I always thought Ultra Magnus is bigger than Grimlock because he goes in armor. I know you don't think he goes in armor, but I typically think Magnus is bigger than Grimlock, and Prime shorter than both of them. So this is going to be a big combiner, or Magnus is small. Because I'm thinking Magnus should be like 12 inches tall. If he's 10 inches tall, that's going to be really tiny, but then that's going to be the right size for Grimlock. So I don't know where this is going to go. I want to see a better size comparison. But this looks fantastic.
Where am I going to put this?
Figure it out.
Yeah. It looks good. It looks very good. I really want to see it in color. I hope with both of these, because we've seen figures that look good and then they put color on them and you're like, why did they do that? Not to say that they would.
Like the shade of blue is like teal or something like that on Magnus, which I guess that's Toy Magnus, but still.
Yeah, you're just like, why did you do that? This was like such a good looking figure. I do like this. It's different than what I have in my collection for Magnus. So yeah, jeez. Oh, it's gonna be rough.
I need to see the price though, because I really want Delta Magnus.
It's gonna be rough.
So, yep. Well, look forward to the G2 repaints of the Dinobots as well, and we will be right back with incoming and recently released.
Oh, that would be sick.
Let's get into incoming. We might go through these a little bit fast, but I know one we're not going to. So first, you can go through this one fast. More Than Meets the Eye, Hot Rod.
Looks
I
good.
think it's out in China. It'll be out over in the States soon. It looks good. The box looks really good. I love that it's a scene instead of just having him like a random pose. He's like has his little fish or whatever. That's really cool. Yeah, I think this figure looks good.
Yeah, it is. I don't have much to say either. I think it looks good. I would pick it up for 20.
Yeah,
maybe.
I wouldn't pick it up again. I prefer my red version, but yeah, this is neat.
I like the magenta.
Now let's talk about this coming out soon. This is the one I know we're gonna go on, even if we say we're gonna, not. I love the detail in this. This does not look cheap at all. It looks like they did a wash over it. I'm so down for this. I paid mine off. I'm very excited to get this in. My only complaint is that when you plug the swords in, they're pointed the same way. I
don't like that either.
I wish you could maybe you can, and maybe this person did not do that.
Yeah, it looks like you can flip the sword around. There's a peg on the other side. If you look at the right,
there's a peg on both sides on the same side. Does the other side we can't see have a peg?
So if you look at the right arm, him holding the right sword,
you see pegs in both of them, but if you pegged them in, they'd be going the same way.
If you flip,
because one's on the outside and the other one's on the inside, so they're opposite. They would need to be both on the outside to be able to plug in.
Okay, I don't get it, but okay, I'll ride with you. I don't get it, but do you have the picture?
I do. I have some other pictures.
Okay.
If you want to move on to if you have nothing to say about this, here's the combined mode. So it's going to be probably as big as Dreamstar Devi, which it looks like it fits in aesthetically pretty perfectly. What do you think about this arm mode?
Damn, it looks It looks really good. I could be biased because Computron is my favorite combiner, so that I think they just did a great job on this.
You're not biased because he's not my favorite combiner, and I think this looks fantastic. Now, this is my favorite member just for nostalgic reasons, but I'm really interested to see the rest because this is shaping out really well. I hope this comes out very soon before Chinese New Year shuts everything down. So we'll see.
I think so. I think it is.
And he's big.
That is.
This surprised me.
I didn't expect him to be this big.
Because he's taller than that's FansToys one, right?
That is.
And you were saying how big the FansToys one is to you in hand.
I
had
it over here. Yeah, I mean, I have here's the X Transbots version right here, and he's gonna be bigger than this. So
yeah, because the FansToys one is bigger than that.
Yeah, so you can tell he's gonna be huge, and for size wise, I wonder how it's going to look combined. If it combines and is a new height, or if it'll scale with the other combiners. I'm curious.
Well, you saw the arm right there in the last thing. It's going to be the same size as an MP combiner.
Well, this is him. This is an arm. Doesn't really say much.
You're saying if the torso's longer or whatever.
Yeah, if if the legs are longer, or make them taller and stuff like that. Because again, the arms, you have so much stuff hanging off the arms, you can be wherever. That's a question. Then it makes me wonder, how big is Scattershot going to be?
Well, that's my thing. Is it going to be a frame combiner, like X-Transbots, kind of, with the legs? I feel like it's all built in, because I didn't see the hand outside. Maybe I missed it or something. So I don't know where the hand is. I'll have to look into that. But is it going to be one Scattershot? Is he going to be huge, or is it going to be Scattershot and just pants, like Craftsman toys, or are they going to do King toys and the pants are going to be, Technobot number 6?
Well, and I'm not even necessarily wondering about that. I'm just if he is this tall, Scattershot is typically taller than all of them, so
true.
He's gonna tower over Magnus, and so I'm just wondering what the size is going to be on that, because that's going to look kind of weird,
Well, and that's what I kind of mean. Is he going to be super tall, or is he just going to be a head or two taller than these guys?
Yeah,
which I'd be okay with if he's just a little bit taller. He doesn't need to tower over him, like the G1 toy. So
yeah, I don't know. I'm very curious about that. Or are they going to do the Constructicons and have them all the same height?
Exactly, it could be Constructicons or Predaking,
Yeah, so I'm very interested in that. But as an individual figure, this was an easy, this may be my figure of the year before I have it.
It might be mine too, just because of the connection I have with it. So yeah, I think I'm going to be in on this set just because of the price. The price is super reasonable.
Yeah, have me a hello.
And with that, they're also re-releasing the Spider-Girl.
Okay, that's cool.
So I think this was a fantastic figure. It was my figure of the year whenever it came out. If you don't have it and you want something like this, pick it up. I think it's probably the best Black Arachnia out there.
It looks good. I do like this one, and yeah, I'm glad we picked it up. And shout out to Titan for making us the throne for her.
Throne's perfect. Thank you.
Yeah.
Next up, we have FansToys Gotti. When you can't see the feet, he looks much better. Or the backpack.
I think they did a really good job on most of this figure. I like, as plain as it is, it still nails the aesthetics of the character, the details and stuff of the character. I think they did a really good job with it. The transformation doesn't look overly complicated or anything like that. My complaints, the feet, I know you not like the feet.
I just don't like Hook's design. again, disclaimer, I understand why the feet are like that. I just don't like them.
Right. I don't like the backpack. I think that thing is humongous. And I get why, since Devastator's head's in there, which is cool. I just think that we've gotten a lot of flack about us talking, not being overly positive or criticizing this FansToys set. I don't care.
I'm gonna call it as a hit.
Yeah,
I don't like name brands personally, so
I do, but like for the price of the figure, to say that it's, we've had a couple of people say that they're winning. I don't, simply because they may be, and we don't know it factually yet because they're not all out yet. Assumptions that this is going to be the best looking Devastator. I'm okay with signing off on that. It probably will be the best looking Devastator. I don't want to sacrifice the other two modes when this is going to also be the most expensive.
It might not be the best package deal altogether.
Yeah, it's so my argument is then you might as well, if you might as well buy a statue then, if that's the case, or an action figure, because these are Transformers, and if it turns into three different things, give me 2 out of the 3, but 1 out of 3. Hell, if you shoot 1 for 3 in the NBA, you're not gonna be a good player. So I'm not trying. You're not winning much if you're shooting one for 3. Yeah. So and it's been pretty consistent that the bot mode and the alt modes have been on the weaker side in comparison to some of the other companies that have released these sets.
Yep, I have to agree. And it's 165, which on Show Z, which isn't as bad as I was expecting. So, it's not as cheap as some of the other ones, though.
Yeah, it's and again, it's not. It's more so the fact of you're paying 165 for one mode.
For this mode.
Yeah, which is, again, not to argue that it doesn't look great or it can't be great. I think that some of the others have done 2 modes that look a lot better than, and the combined mode doesn't look as bad. It's not like if like the combined mode of some of the others was terrible, like how the FansToys have had terrible looking alt modes or terrible looking bot modes, then I shouldn't say terrible looking bot modes, but big blemishes in the bot mode.
Not perfect that we're used to seeing with FansToys.
Yeah, I just expected more.
Look at the Metastore that's right next to them. Those bot modes and alt modes and combined modes are everything you want. I don't know about Superion. I know there was a few things that it wasn't your favorite.
And I like Superion. Yeah,
was perfect.
Yeah,
and you could get the toy mode, you felt like you were getting your money's worth. Yes, it took 20 years to finish, but still. I have a question for you. What's going on right next to the cockpit? Why is there there's a big gap. Like his head, his neck is here, and then there's a gap.
Oh, underneath the hook?
Yes. No, on the other side.
I see what you're saying. It looks like this part of his neck is leveled, and then on this side it's like a gap like this.
There's a gap, and the gap continues all the way across. There's like a green piece floating. Now that maybe it's not transformed correctly, but if it looks like that, I'm gonna have words to say I'm gonna hold them until we see more. Hasbro got a lot of flack because they showed off the commander class at once, and we were able to do it. We can't do that with these guys.
Well, some of the things
that hole, that rectangular hole, looks really bad. You could see Superion straight through it.
Yeah, I see what you're talking about now. Some of the comments that, and again, I don't know if these are FansToys fans or FansToys haters or people who don't care either way, and just pointing out something. They talked about he can't look to his left because the crane and everything is in his line of sight. And I just started laughing. I was like, I didn't even think about that. Like, so posing him, he's gonna. It's like you.
Yeah, I mean that's a typical Devastator thing. So
that made me laugh. For my NBA fans, he can do the D Brown in the dunk contest and cover his eyes. But that part, again, subtle things like that. I think it looks good. I don't. The jury's still out on if we haven't put our consensus in on who's won these Devi wars with all the different ones, since none of them have been completed. I do know that some of the individual figures have gone in other directions away from FansToys, unfortunately, for FansToys lovers. Well, we'll see. I shouldn't say FansToys lovers, because they're gonna love it no matter what, but for people who are trying to decide on which one to go with.
We will see. Let's get into recently released, and we're going to go through these pretty quickly. Unimetal Galvatron. This is from 5DO. It's $325, 12 inches tall. Looks fantastic. It's overpriced, but I don't know nothing about these transforming or non-transforming figures like this. Love the paint on it, though.
Love the paint. I need a drink.
There he is with the Rodimus that came out, I guess, a while ago. Not my favorite.
Yeah, it looks good. It's I'm cool.
Yeah. YOLO Park has the RC. I really dislike how this one looks.
Why does it look like she got an ankle monitor on? I'm good with this one. Yeah,
I don't like it. This I think you might pick up if you could find it for cheap. This is a KO, and it's a black decoed of the Xinjiang Devi. I'm talking like $20 on AliExpress.
That's how much it is?
I don't know. I know these KOs have gone for that cheap before.
Oh yeah, it's fine. I like the colors. I don't have.
You have a white one, but not a black one.
Yeah. I don't think I have a black one. So yeah, I would be interested in the black one.
All right. Well, thank you guys for watching it this far. Put a rocket in the comments, because Bobby is rocketing to the moon since Bingo Toys is going to be released soon. And we will see you guys in the next one.
I thought he was talking about because I'm going to rocket up to my bed. As always, to all debates are won. Please go ahead and click that subscribe button if you haven't. Hit that bell for notifications. We always have new stuff popping up. And we look forward to talking to you all soon. We'll holla.